The Seahawks 2025 schedule has been released, and we have it right here. Bam! So we
Oh
have,
man.
thank you, technology.
Okay.
September 7th. This is all Pacific time, by the way, for those confused. San Francisco at home, then at Pittsburgh, home against New Orleans, at Arizona on Thursday Night Football. Then home against Tampa Bay, at Jacksonville, home against Houston, bye week at Washington, then home against Arizona, at the Rams, at Tennessee, home against Minnesota in Sam Darnold's revenge game, at Atlanta, home against the Colts, at home against the Rams, and then at Carolina and San Francisco to close out the year. So, right out of the gate, I noticed they have a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, home away, home away, home away, home away. It's not consistent until the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at just the opponents, I think they split the Niners. I think they have a tough out in Washington.
Yeah, Washington's going to be tough.
They split the Rams. They sweep the Cardinals because, let's be honest here, the Cardinals suck. And then everyone else, with the lone exception of Minnesota, is going to be gravy. And maybe Tampa.
Yeah, I was going to throw the Bucks in there. I was going to say the Bucks will be sneaky. You can't discount the Bucks.
Correct. So I will offer this proposal to you guys, and I will say 12-5. That's my ceiling.
That's a little, to me, I would be absolutely just giddy if they go 12-5, but
Yeah.
I think that's a little optimistic.
I tend to do these things.
I'm with Kevin. I think 11-6, possibly 10 wins again. As much as I hate to say it, because there's a lot of changes. Sam Darnold, we don't know what he's going to be yet.
No idea.
And I still have the fear in the back of my mind that Sam Darnold, we have more data to support the previous version of Sam Darnold than the version that we got in Minnesota last year. And how much of that is attributed to Kevin O'Connell and his amazing seemingly ability with quarterbacks and to rehabilitate them up there in Minnesota. But there are winnable games on this schedule.
Very winnable.
I mean, you look at I'm with you. I think in that first quarter of the season is coming out. The Saints is a win as of right now. The Steelers, a win. Defensively, that could be a battle, but the Steelers, we don't know who they have at quarterback. And if they sign Aaron Rodgers, I hope we sack them a bunch.
Good luck.
But I think the first stumbling block could potentially be that October 5th game against the Bucks. The Bucks, Todd Bowles always comes up with a great defensive game plan. Baker is a gamer. I love Baker Mayfield and the way that he approaches the game. And Mike Evans, he's getting older, but the Bucks, they still have because
they drafted that kid from Ohio State in the first round.
They did. And Godwin is going to be coming back healthy. You would think so.
You would think so.
But yeah, I think that first quarter of the season, because the Jags, I don't think that's going to be a problem. The Texans is the first place I see another potential stumbling block right before the bye.
I'm going to be a hot take machine here.
All right.
I think they start before the bye week. I think they start 6-1.
I could see it.
Because
I could see it. Who's the one loss you have in there?
Tampa.
Okay. Yep.
Tampa would be the only loss, but it'd be like a very close one. They could very well be 6-1 before the bye week, and then at Washington, that's a hard one.
Yeah,
if they beat Washington, they'll be like, okay, you're for real.
Yeah.
The Cardinals, they're done, and then the Rams are tricky.
See, but here's the thing. I think, and I don't know if you agree with me here, Kevin, but I think the Cardinals, we can't sweep them aside.
No.
Yes, they made some baffling decisions with as far as getting Marvin Harrison the ball. I'll never forget Kyler Murray last year. He goes, "It's not my job to get you the ball. It is your job to get him the ball, Kyler." But Kyler is he's talented. He can move around. You need a pass rush to hope to contain him. And you have to think that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a better year than he did last year. And every year I dismiss James Conner, and he keeps proving me wrong.
Don't do that.
I will do that. I will not do that again this year.
No,
and I say this, that Jonathan Gannon, I think he's a good coach, and the Cardinals play hard for him. So I feel like we could easily drop one against the Cardinals. I just got to figure out where it is.
It might be in error. It might be at home because they, for some reason, I don't know what it is about the Cardinals playing in Seattle. They always play us tough. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
no idea what it is.
They play him pretty tough wherever, and so that's a caution to me. And one of them's a Thursday game, and so I'll be able to watch it because I do have Prime. So we're good there. And there's another Thursday night game against the Rams, also on Prime. So that'll be interesting. And,
the one at home, I think the back-to-back home games between the Colts and the Rams might be beneficial for them.
I mean the Colts, geez.
The Colts are just there.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it be ironic if Daniel Jones goes up there, beats Anthony Richardson out for the starting job? Like I don't. But
that would cause people to have coronaries. You need to have the EMT standing by if that's what winds up happening.
But the thing is, and I interrupted your point, but the Rams are tricky. To me, as much as I hate to admit this, as the teams are presently constructed,
it's the Rams division to lose.
It is. I give the NFC West preliminarily to the Rams. That Devontae Adams signing, I think it was a good signing.
It was
a really good signing. And I hope Cooper Kupp shows out for the Rams in this game.
I hope so too. And the schedule to me is that first game.
I'm so pumped for that game.
And that's the reason why it's so critical to me. Because it's against your most hated. We could talk about the Rams and the Cardinals, and they're hated, of course, but they're not hated to the level of the 49ers.
Yeah.
No.
And so you've got the 49ers. You've got them at home. You're going to have everybody behind you. The place is going to be electric. And so we're going to find out right off the bat if these changes are working or not. In that very first game, they've got to come out and win that game. That sets them up for positive down the road. But if they lose that game, all that positive, good feelings goes right out in the dumpster. And they start questioning themselves, and things could spiral from there. So they've got to play well in that first game and win that game and set themselves up for success later. That's the way I'm looking at it.
From Tennessee to the Panthers, from going forward, I think from week 17, from the Titans game in Tennessee in Nashville, and then over to Carolina in week 17, I think they might go on a run. But again, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Because we're in May still. We're in May. And a lot can change in 4 months.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Some of these changes might be revealed as not being the ones that are beneficial. Yes. If they are, I see runs possible. But stand by for that.
One thing we can probably confirm is that the defense will be better.
Right. And
the defense will be better.
The defense will be better. And it wasn't, they were 14th, as I pointed out the last time we did this show. And all they have to do is do a little better, and they move into the top 10.
Yeah. Which I think is doable, even as presently constructed, because I do like the signing. the free agency signing from the Cowboys, Lawrence there.
Marcus Lawrence, yeah.
I think he could do something. I mean, now if Trey Hendrickson comes to town,
if the Hendrickson trade happens, good luck.
And Lawrence can talk smack like just about nobody else, but he's got to be able to back that up.
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope
so
here.
Too.
But
because he absolutely torched any bridges that were available to him in the Dallas area when he left town. So
yeah, I saw that. But I think I wonder if both of you agree with me. But I think the Seahawks defense finishes in the top 10 this year. I think they crack it.
Yes,
if they want to have any shot of winning the division, that needs to happen.
I think the offense needs to happen more than the defense.
Yeah.